Hello students, myself Reena Dayani welcomes all of you at AriserTalent. How are you all? I hope you are doing absolutely good. So, in our previous lecture, we have a discussion about some of the electrical components, and in this sequence, we had discussed about the cell. We have also go through the internal resistance of the cell and how the cells will be connected in parallel and series. Now, today we are going to discuss the another important components that are also attached in the circuit. Next term we are using is battery. It is a very common term you have aware about, that it is basically the combination of the cells that is connected in the series. So, our second component here is, after cell, the second component here is battery. Now, what actually the battery is? It is a combination of cells connected in series It means when you are connecting a number of cells in the series, you will get a combination that is called battery. Now, battery is having a fixed amount of potential difference across its ends. So, the second point I can write here, it will give a fixed value of potential difference. Now, after battery, let's move to our next component, that is galvanometer. Now, what is galvanometer? Galvanometer is a device which is used to measure the current in the circuit. It will give you the magnitude of the current as well as direction. Magnitude means we will get a particular fixed value for the current in the galvanometer. So, our next device is galvanometer. So, it is a device which is used to calculate the value of current. And after getting the value of the current, we will not get only a particular value, we will also have an idea about the direction of current in the circuit. So, the galvanometer will going to give you magnitude of current and secondly, it will also give you about direction of current. So, these two things we can easily identify by attaching the galvanometer in the circuit. Now, in the galvanometer, we have one pointer. A pointer means it is having a arrowhead. Now, if this pointer is showing zero deflection, it means if it is set at a 0, it means no current will be flowing in the galvanometer. But if any amount of current is flowing in the circuit, it will either move to the left side or the right side depending upon the value of the current. So, if value of current equal to 0, if value of current is 0, then in the galvanometer, the pointer will show zero deflection. Pointer will be at zero deflection. Now, if there will be a little amount of current, if current flows in the circuit, if there will be a flow of current in the circuit, then the galvanometer will deflect either on the left or the right side depending upon the magnitude of the current. So it will deflect at left or right side. So this is about the galvanometer. Actually, galvanometer is of two types, that is moving coil and the moving magnet. This type of the galvanometer you will discuss in your higher classes, because up to our 10th level this topic is up to this level only, that what actually the galvanometer is. So it is basically of the two types, moving coil and moving magnet. Now after battery and galvanometer, we have our fourth device, that is ammeter. You have seen that many times we have connected the ammeter in the circuit. Next component is ammeter. Now what is ammeter? Ammeter and galvanometer is used to detect the value of the current in the circuit. Now you will gonna ask me, ma'am, is galvanometer and ammeter are same? So this is not a same thing. It means they both are calculating the value of the current, but ammeter will not give you the direction of the current. It will only give you the strength of the current, that is called its magnitude. So we cannot say that galvanometer and ammeter are same. These are not same, because one is giving the magnitude as well as direction and other is also only giving the strength of the current in the circuit. So ammeter is used to find, it is a device used to find strength of current in the circuit. It will give you the strength of the current in the circuit. Now this strength is calculated in ampere, which is a common unit for current. It is calculated in ampere. Ampere is a basic unit for the current we have. Now this ammeter, for an ideal one, it must be necessary that it should show the negligible resistance. When negligible resistance is connected with the circuit, then you can find out the maximum value of the current in the circuit. And for ideal ammeter, the value of resistance should be 0. 0 means it has negligible resistance, so it can pass a maximum amount of current through it. So when you will say that ammeter is the ideal one, so ideal ammeter, what is the specifications for the ideal ammeter? In case of ideal ammeter, you must have a value of resistance should be 0. So for ideal ammeter, value of resistance should be 0. And whenever the value of resistance will be 0, you can see that maximum amount of current could be passed through this device. We can see that maximum current passed through the device. So for the ideal ammeter, the condition here will be that the resistance should be negligible or the resistance should be 0 here. Now after ammeter, nextly we have a next device, that is about voltmeter. Our next device is about voltmeter. Now voltmeter and ammeter are actually same in the designing. Their designing is same, but their purpose is different. One more thing about ammeter is that in ammeter you will connect only the positive part with the positive terminal of the battery and the negative wire with the negative terminal of the battery. It is always connected in the series in the circuit. So one point you also have to remind that it is connected in series. Ammeter is always connected in series you have. It must be connected in series. Now voltmeter will have a same designing as ammeter, but its purpose is different. Voltmeter is actually calculating the voltage or the potential difference in the circuit and its unit will be volt. Now Voltmeter and ammeter have the same designing. It means if negligible resistance is passed in the circuit, you can get the maximum value of the current. But if infinite resistance is passed in the circuit, you will get an exact value of voltage in case of the voltmeter. So, voltmeter is a device. It is a device which is used to determine potential difference in the circuit. So, it will calculate the potential difference in the circuit, and for voltmeter, we will calculate the voltage in the unit, that is volt. So, unit is volt. Now, this voltmeter is always connected in the circuit in a parallel combination. It is connected in parallel in the circuit. So, ammeter you have to connect in the series, and for the voltmeter you have to connect the voltmeter in the parallel combination. As I have told you earlier, their designing will be same. So, one more point I am getting here. Construction of ammeter and voltmeter is same. And you have seen that for the ideal ammeter, we have a resistance value 0. Then for ideal voltmeter, if I am saying that the voltmeter is ideal, if the voltmeter is ideal voltmeter, then for the ideal voltmeter, the value of resistance will be infinite. So, the resistance value will be infinite. So, for the ammeter, it means ideal ammeter have a 0 resistance, and for the resistance which is connected with the voltmeter, it means for the ideal voltmeter, you must needed a infinite resistance in the system. So, this is all about the ammeter and voltmeter. These are the very basic devices which are connected in the circuit. Now, resistance, voltmeter, ammeter, battery and cells. We have seen a lot of devices and lot of components in the circuit. Now, let us get some idea about the electrical wiring we are using in our house. So, next topic is about the color coding of the wires. So, let's move to our next topic. Next topic is about color coding of the wires. You know that every electrical circuit or every electrical devices you are using at your home have a connection of the wires with the main supply. Now, how you will aware about the color coding of the wire? It means how you will identify whether the wire is live, neutral or earth wire. So, basically we have the 3 wires in the circuit. And what are these 3 wires? These 3 wires are live, this is live wire, second one is neutral wire, and the last one is earth wire, which is basically used for earthing. So we have the three wires that are basically used to identify any circuit. Live wire, neutral wire and the earth wire. These are the three connection of wire in the circuit. But before, in the earlier time, you can identify whether when the color is red, you can see that the live wire will be in the red color. But if I am talking about the neutral wire will be in black color because it is neutral. And the earth wire is always made in green color. So before that, we have the three wires and these will have a three different colors. Live wire is always red in color. This wire is red in color. Neutral wire we have is actually black in color. This wire will be in black color. And the earth wire will always be in green color. It is always be in green color. But according to the international conventions, they have changed the color coding of the wire. So according to new convention, according to new international conventions, they have changed the color coding of the wires. So what will be the color coding according to the international system? Let's see here. So what they have done live wire is of different color and remaining two of the different color. So the first wire we have is the live wire. Now live wire nowadays is made of the brown color instead of red. So now the live wire will have a brown color. Second is our neutral wire. Neutral wire nowadays will have a yellow color. It is having a yellow color. And lastly, that is our ground wire. Last one is our ground wire. Ground wire will basically have a color that is green. So it will kept in green color. So this is the new color coding according to the international conventions. So this is all about the color coding of the wire. Now let's move to the last part of the chapter, that is about the electrical safety of the device. As you have used a lot of circuits from morning till night, but it is very essential to keep the safety of these devices. So for this safety, what identifications or what criteria we are using, let's discuss now. So these are the color conventions we are using, but for the neutral wire, instead of having a yellow color, we have a light blue color. It means neutral wire will be indicated by light blue color, and this ground wire is sometimes made in green color or sometimes it is made in light yellow color. So this is about the color coding of the wires we have seen. In the earlier times, it is indicated by the red, black and green. But nowadays, it can be identified by having brown, light blue and the light yellow color. So these are the new conventions according to the international convention system we have. Now, you are using a lot of devices from morning till night in your homes. So these devices must be provided with the electrical safety in the circuit. So what are the electrical safety techniques we will use nowadays? So let's discuss about the electrical safety of the electric circuit.